Authorities say she went into cardiac arrest while fighting flu-like symptoms. She was 47 years old.
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
You guys, Diddy's daughters Jessie and Delila are stepping into the spotlight, and what they have to say about their father is nothing short of jaw-dropping. As the fallout from Diddy's shocking arrest sends shockwaves through their lavish lives, the sisters are ready to wage war against their stepbrothers Justin and Christian and spill the secrets that have been locked away for far too long. With accusations of mistreatment and tragic family history being dragged into the light, it's clear that this family is on the brink of a scandalous and violent collapse. In case you're wondering why the sisters are finally breaking their silence, well, whispers of deep-seated resentment and a desire for justice against their father, a man they once idolized, are igniting a fierce battle within the Combs dynasty. What's happening in Diddy's family is straight out of a Hollywood drama, y'all. There is a lot to unpack here, so sit tight and let's get right into it.
I guess that's what the whole name bad boy comes from, that people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name?
So in a stunning turn of events, Diddy's own unproblematic, uncontroversial twin daughters, Jessie and Delila Combs, are now seemingly ready to air out their family's dirty laundry, exposing a side of Diddy that the world has never seen. And it all has to do with the suspicious demise of their mother, Kim Porter. Not only that, word on the street is that Jessie and Delila's hearts are filled with anguish, and for the longest time they have been desperate to break free from Diddy's grip and start anew. Turns out the untold story of his daughter's suffering has remained hidden in the shadows for years. But now, with the media frenzy swirling around Diddy's legal battles and alleged crimes, we could be hearing the truth regarding Kim Porter. This harrowing tale of betrayal, heartache, and a quest for freedom also gives us insight into the dark side of fame and fortune, where even the brightest stars cast the darkest shadows. To give you guys some context, we'll have to start from the very beginning. As everyone would know by now, the glittering world of celebrity and fame often looks like perfection, and that's exactly how Jessie and Delila Combs have always been perceived, like the true definition of elegance and grace.
I'm speechless. I am speechless. Baby, you look so beautiful. So beautiful. She's a future actress. Her name is Chance Combs. Chance, you tell her.
Yes, I'm an aspiring actress, and it's my first time at the Oscars, so I'm really excited to be here. Yeah.
The twin girls haven't been in the spotlight as much as their father or older stepbrothers, except for a few glamorous appearances, dazzling fashion moments, and a seemingly unbreakable bond with their father. Turns out, behind the celebrity glamour is a hidden story of tragedy and betrayal that the public never knew about. Until now. For those of you who aren't aware, Diddy has 6 kids, at least the ones that we know of, and he had Jessie and Delila back in 2006 with his then girlfriend, the late Kim Porter. Diddy and Porter's relationship seemed perfect, and Diddy even adopted Kim's son, Quincy, whom she had with Ab3se. Yet behind the smiles and camera flashes was a darkness that would eventually shatter the illusion of familial bliss. Things started falling apart when one day in 2018, the world woke up to the shocking news that beloved Kim Porter had tragically passed away. It goes without saying that her sudden demise sent shockwaves through the celebrity world, which was followed by an outpouring of grief from fans and colleagues alike. But that's also where the plot thickens, loves. People were shocked to discover that Diddy and Kim had a complex on and off relationship with more fights than happy memories. Well, knowing what we know now, you can only imagine what it felt like to parent alongside Diddy. Full of ups and downs, co-parenting with Diddy was such a nightmare that Kim decided to write a book documenting her experience as a parent. And word has it that Diddy wasn't pleased when he found out what Kim was up to.
Kim Porter was working on a book before she died.
It was around that time that she passed, and the cause of death was ruled as lobar pneumonia. Even at the time, it didn't quite add up that someone who seemed perfectly healthy succumbed so quickly to a respiratory illness.
It's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Kim's death left a trail of unanswered questions and unresolved emotions. But back then, no one dared to go against the almighty Diddy. So for years, rumors have been flying left and right, left and center, that Diddy's actions leading up to her passing played a significant role in her tragic end. Kim's former partner, Ab3se, for one, has gone on record for years claiming that there was foul play in Kim's demise. On several occasions, he even took to social media and has made several now deleted cryptic posts about his suspicions. They suggested Kim might have been running from something or someone right before her passing, and even hinted that Kim had confided in him about this.
I think he's very capable of doing it. It's in his character. That's who he is. That's what comes with power. That's what comes with arrogance. That's what comes with...
And they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create a heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Imagine being Jesse, Delila, and Quincy stuck between the love they once had for their father and the growing realization that he might not be who they thought he was. Literally feels like living in a twisted soap opera. Of course, as kids, they were protected from such news, but they definitely picked a few hush-hush stories which they definitely rubbished now that they live with their father, who has been nothing short of loving, caring, and super present in their lives. But as they grew in news of their father's deeds, including trafficking individuals below legal age, they had no choice but to side-eye their father. Close sources have now hinted that their doubts regarding their mother's death have been lingering in their minds even as they've had to smile for the cameras, pretending everything is fine, when inside they've been wrestling with their feelings and secrets. That's a heavy burden for anyone to carry, let alone two 17-year-olds. Fast forward to now, the twins have allegedly decided to step out of the shadows and go into the spotlight, determined to share their truth. They are no longer the little girls who relied on Diddy for support, and so they are ready to reclaim their narrative. The media has been buzzing, but the real story lies in the pain that they've kept bottled up. Is it just me, or does it feel like the weight of their mother's loss has been compounded by their father's arrest and dirty secrets getting exposed? Come to think about it, there's a good chance that Diddy's definition of being a present dad was throwing money at his kids and not actually being there, because we all know Diddy has been too busy killing other people's careers and dreams to fully be there for them after Kim's death. No, seriously, how can you explain Jesse and Delila's alleged sudden change of heart to the point that they've even moved out and are house hunting because they want to start a life without their father's interference or influence? If anything, it's actually Kim's friend, LaWanda Lane, that has been acting as a caregiver since her death and has actually stepped up following Diddy's arrest. A source told the US Sun LaWanda was with the star's twin daughters looking at houses to rent last month as they were planning to move out of their dad's main residence. The insider said the twins have found the situation with their dad incredibly tough, and they are only 17 and still at school. Let's just say that fame and fortune don't equate to happiness or family unity. Even as the world viewed Diddy as a successful mogul, behind closed doors, Jesse and Delila were fighting to be seen and heard. It's important to understand the context of what these young women are going through. Plus, the pressure of living up to the Combs name right now is super immense. And Jesse and Delila are not just fighting for their truth, but also for their identity. And before I forget, let's talk about the emotional turmoil they face. Without a doubt, there are definitely some mental health struggles since their mother's passing. The weight of their mother's death, combined with the challenges of being Diddy's daughters, has pushed them to their limits. But just as the emotional weight seemed unbearable, the federal raids on Diddy's luxurious properties in Los Angeles and Miami must have also made the girls realize their father wasn't the hero they may have assumed he was. And with that, they had to reconsider everything they'd had regarding their mother's death.
It was packed here at his home yesterday with Homeland Security agents, though it's still unclear where he was during the time of those raids. But
surely there is no way federal agents would have bothered to comb through Diddy's $4 million mansion in the hills if they didn't think those trafficking allegations were unserious. All right, on to the next part of this scandalous situation. Even as Jesse and Delila seemed ready to step out of their father's shadow to reclaim their place in the world, part of the price they might have to pay is a complete fallout with their elder stepbrothers, Justin Combs and Christian Combs. While the girls are taking a whole different route, Diddy's sons, not so much. They've been giving the like father, like son vibe for a long time, living just as carelessly and as dangerously as him. The oldest, Justin Combs, is already in hot water right now. He's already caught up in a legal mess, accused alongside his father in a lawsuit mentioning his involvement in trafficking. He has been mentioned 50 times to be exact. 50! Remember when the music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones served Diddy? Yep, those court documents have now been obtained and the details are literally stomach churning. Justin and his younger brother faced some serious scrutiny during a search at their California crib, but were released without charges. But we cannot overlook the fact that Diddy has made a lot of cases go away.
People followed, he has people watched. He does all kinds of and he's a piece of
Now let's talk about Christian Combs, the rising star who is apparently the heir to Diddy's musical throne. He's got his own set of accusations to deal with, thanks to a former employee who claims he was coercive and harassed her on a yacht chartered by, guess who, Diddy himself. Grace O. McCary, the brave stewardess, dared to come forward and report her traumatic experience. This is next level scandal, y'all. But there is more loves. Not only have Christian and Justin taken after their father, but they've also sworn to defend him till the end of time. As the twins are struggling with the new shift in their lives and unanswered questions about their mother's death, guess who released an official statement on behalf of the whole family defending their father on any involvement in Kim's death? Yep, the two notorious stepbrothers. Maybe it's easier for them to rubbish everything off because it's not their mom anyway. We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not, and anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interests at heart. Our lives were shattered when we lost our mother. She was our world and nothing has been the same since she passed. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she could be taken from us too soon, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. Grief is a long process and we ask that everyone respect our request for peace as we continue to cope with her loss every day. This statement followed a new book alleged to be Porter's memoir, which has damning claims of Diddy hurting Kim and tapes of him doing heinous deeds, even with people who have not attained the legal age. The book also exposes Diddy as being involved with an Oscar winner who was also young at the time. Remember when Ab3se said that Kim had shared with him that she had discovered really disturbing truths about Diddy and she had evidence, only to suspiciously die soon after? I mean, this new book may or may not be Kim's memoir, but damn, every single detail in there is literally allegations we've heard about Diddy. The 60-page book, published on September 6th, titled Kim's Lost Words, claims to be a collection of the diaries of Porter, leaked by her friends. Even though it appears as though the statement came from the four siblings, Quincy Brown, Christian King Combs, and twins Jesse and Delila Combs, by now everyone knows the kind of coercion and power play in that family. So yeah, the twins know better not to go against their eldest brothers, but once on their own after house hunting, close sources are revealing an entirely different story. But if you thought Diddy's kids are the only ones questioning their mom's death, well, Kim's father has also joined the chat. Shortly after Diddy's arrest, Kim's dad, 78-year-old Jake Porter, who has been silent for years, spoke to Mail Online, and in a nutshell, he said the truth will come out. It always does in the end. Kim's dad refused to comment on Diddy's arrest or charges, but said that he was aware of everything going on. He also added that he was super disgusted when he saw what Diddy did to Cassie Ventura. I was disgusted. I don't really have much much to say beyond that. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, I guess, but the truth will come out. Not only that, Kim's dad also rubbished the previous investigations into her death, saying they were a load of crap. Another family member who asked to remain anonymous said that they'd prefer that the case be reopened, saying that Diddy definitely did something to Kim because they all saw the big change in her after visiting Diddy in Cali. And I remember how she grew up to be so beautiful and talented, but I saw the change in her when we visited her out in California when she was with him. She was changed. Something wasn't right. Now I feel in my spirit he's guilty, but justice will just have to take its course. Anyways, guys, as the Combs family grapples with these explosive allegations, you can almost hear the cracks forming in their once mighty dynasty. With the federal investigations and each new revelation, the family seems to be inching closer to the edge of disaster. It clearly makes sense that the girls would want to move out. It's even being said that Jesse and Delila have reached out to their late mother's relatives, hoping for a chance at a new beginning. You can practically feel their determination to break free from their father's shadow. But even with all of the evidence in place, a lot of people have lost hope in the justice system because these are the same people who have protected Diddy for years. Some believe that there's no way he'll face any real consequences for his alleged actions. At the time of the raid, someone genuinely asked, what if Diddy never gets charged? The raid could just be someone in power trying to cover their own tracks. And even now that he's been arrested, it could be true that Diddy was only arrested because some high-profile officials had themselves taped and want to recover their footage and distance themselves from any association with Diddy. There is a growing frustration over how the law treats celebrities versus the everyday person. It's like they have a whole different set of rules, and that's got people heated. Anyways, if there are any family members who will agree to testify against Diddy, best believe it will be Jesse and Delila. With every revelation, the mystery deepens and the public's curiosity grows. They'll likely expose the entire truth because as much as their father's influence is still super strong on them, they'll likely do it for their mama. As the story unfolds, we can only imagine what lies ahead for these young women and their father. The world is watching and the pressure is on for Diddy, as this is clearly the beginning of the end. What are your thoughts on these new developments, guys? Drop your comments below and let's stir up the conversation. Until next time, stay tuned for all the latest updates on this unfolding drama, because this is only the beginning. Thanks for watching, loves.